Welcome to Nostalgic Necro, and today in the arena we are playing Izzet Prowess. I've got a very interesting tale to tell you about today's video. Before we jump in though, I just want to say if you've been enjoying the content on this channel, do hit the subscribe button. It really does help me out, and also that way you'll get notified as soon as the next video drops. So thank you very much. Subscribe, like, I do really appreciate it. Now, here's what happened. The other day, right, I played this firebending student in a Grull / Jund Flink Shell, and I really enjoyed this card, and I felt like I didn't play that, deck optimally, and I wanted to play more with this card. So I was looking around on Untapped to see players that have maybe had success with this card, and I found this list by Flester1, who hit Mythic with it this season with a very impressive 73% win rate based off 48 games. And I thought to myself, okay, they've done really well with it. This deck looks really strong. I've played Izzet Prowess before, and I've always felt that it's got, very strong decks. So I wanted to try it out for myself. Now, here's what happened. I jumped into the arena, very confident. It's aggro. Aggro's easy. And I ended up taking a real beating. I went 7-12. 37% win rate. It was really depressing, and I felt like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I win? By the way, one of those losses came to a player by the name of Ivan Schoenfeld, who's actually a regular commentator on this channel. He comments on a lot of the videos. So yeah, Ivan, it was really cool to bump into you. I did realize immediately, by the way, while we were playing, that it was you, because I know your magic name's a little bit different, but it's pretty similar to your YouTube name. So I figured it out. I did know it was you while we were playing. And next time, you did beat me, but next time I swear I'll be more prepared and I will take you down in the arena, I swear. However, anyways, getting back to the video, here's what happened. I felt so low, and I was like, why can't I win with aggro? Why am I so bad with aggro? And I took a break, and I actually went to hang out with some friends, and I came back with a new mindset. I said to myself, Necro, I want you to be aggressive, because I play so conservatively, and I said to myself, no, enough of this conservative play. I'm always scared of the sweep. I'm always playing around, the removal, always playing around the counter. I said, I want you just to be more aggressive, and I want to see what happens when you change your mindset and you change your play style from playing more conservative to more aggressive. And so today's video is going to be every game after I came back. It's going to be, I think, 10 games. At the end, you'll see my total win rate. You know that before the break that I took, my win rate was terrible. It was 7-12. What will my win rate be at the end of the night, basically, when I finish playing after coming back from hanging out with my friends? That is what I'll reveal at the end of the video, and what you'll find out during the gameplay. Does switching to a more aggressive playstyle work? That's the question I want to answer today. However, in terms of just the deck, very quickly, I think a lot of people are pretty familiar with the basic idea, but the basic idea essentially is this deck is playing a lot of prowess creatures like the Drake Hatcher. It plays the Slickshot Chove, which is not technically prowess, but it's prowess enough. It's got the Hide Claw, which is again not prowess, but you can pay 2 mana to pump it up, and then it's got the Storm Chaser's Talent, which gives you a 1/1 prowess Otter. So that's the prowess creatures that we're playing with, and then because it's prowess, we need a whole bunch of things to pump them up, and we have cards like the Wild Ride and the Felonious Rage. These are very important because they give our non-haste creatures like the Drake Hatcher and the Firebending Student haste. So ideally you would want to get one of these down on turn 3 even, and then have 1 mana to pump it up. If you can do that with a Firebending Student, you get the prowess trigger plus the buff from the Wild Ride or the Felonious Rage. You then attack, for example, with a Firebending Student, you get a whole bunch of mana, and then you can do a whole bunch of cool stuff with that mana. For example, you can use that mana to play something like the Opera Love Song, which can allow you to give 2 target creatures +2/+0 until end of turn, or exile the top 2 cards of your library, and you can play them until your end step. So if you draw more burn or something like that, through that you can keep the chain rolling. I really like the idea of Opera Love Song in this deck to sort of use up this mana that the Firebending Student gives you, because I like the idea of exiling, and then maybe you find, for example, Lightning Strike or Burst Lightning, and then you can just keep using your mana to do useful stuff with. And yeah, then this deck also is playing removal or burn. It's got the Lightning Strike 4 of and the Burst Lightning. We need this to finish up our opponents, because sometimes you can get them down to low life but not enough, and the burn is just what you need to finish them off. And then Storm Chaser's Talent, don't forget, the level 4 allows you to also pick up an instant or sorcery from your graveyard, so oftentimes you can just pick up the burn that you need to finish them off with that. But yeah, anyways, that's what we're doing today. And as always, I may be the nostalgic necro, but I'm putting my nostalgia aside, because yesterday I said to myself, I'm changing my mindset. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to attack. That is how you're supposed to play aggro, right? Does that change of playstyle and mindset help me out? Let's find out how it does in the arena. today.
Okay, I am changing my style here. I want to test something. If I play more aggressively, will I get more wins? Because I feel like currently my issue is that I'm playing it too conservatively. Okay, we're going to try the aggressive approach. See how that does for us. Opponent could play the mole. We don't have removal. That would be bad. Landfall also bad. Don't have removal. Okay. At least I didn't have the mole. This thing has reach. So that makes attacking with Slickshot not a good idea. So, let me just think here. We can go Wild Ride, Rage. No, we got to get one of our creatures online, right? Get the Firebending student down. Oh no, whoops, I meant to get the Firebending student down. Okay, I meant to get this down. Mistake. Oh boy. Why did I do that? It's okay. Breakout. Interesting. Okay, well, I gotta work my way back now. Why did I do that? Okay, so now I gotta go Firebending student, Felonious Rage, or a Boroid. Oh boy. Already toast here. No burn. Well, we're gonna have to try this. This. Attack. And then blocks with the scrap shooter. So we can get a creature out of it, a 2/2. I'll just put it on you and try pump more damage. Okay. Oh, and I can pump this up again because I've got the mana. Should have done that before combat. Damn, that's a little trick I always forget. Okay, you can pump up the Hide Claw with the mana you get. Okay. And it doesn't know about our Slickshot. Let's see if they attack. They don't attack. Clever by the opponent. Clever by the opponent. And I mean, we could have attacked with the Hide Claw, but I think we're just toast here. Ramble Familiar. And Earth Bends. It's big creatures. Well, I don't think it's going to be enough, but get you to 6. I'm going to have to Wild Ride and tap you. Oh, to 11. And then this we can only do if we harmonize. Okay, just dead on the crackback. Ah, boy. Boy. Well, okay. Kind of got closer than I thought I might. Take the hit to the face. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try for a more aggressive playstyle. Let's see if it works out for me. I feel like I'm not being aggressive enough. Hide Claw. And I want to see if maybe changing my playstyle to just be a bit more aggressive and a bit less conservative is going to help my situation. Because, I don't know, currently this deck just feels a bit lacking, but I know it's strong. So I think it's my fault. I need to figure out how to be better. No blocks. Airbending student. So next turn we can go Firebending Student, Lightning Strike. See, this is where I don't know. Do I just... Let's just attack here. I'm gonna plot the show-off. I know it's supposed to be aggressive, but the show-off plot's just so nice there. Just because they could have burn. And then next turn we can plot the shelf and go for the lightning strike so that we actually get more out of it potentially. Because man, just leaving it vulnerable to 3 mana or mana open is pretty dangerous. Okay. Whenever this creature attacks, you lose 1 life and this creature endures 1. Put a 1/1 counter this creature or create a 1/1 white spirit creature token. Opponent takes the life loss, very brave of them. Okay, well at least the opponent's tapped out here, so we can go... get down the verge. Slickshot. Airbending student. Lonius Rage on the student. Get 4 mana. We killed this thing. I think I'm happy to kill this thing. We could also just go face, but I think killing it is better. They currently then have no blocker for the Slickshot. Otherwise they have a blocker next turn and we have no gas. Hopefully they don't have removal for the Slickshot now. Duress hits 2 mountains. Okay, do they have removal for Slickshot? That's my biggest concern here. What does this do? Oh wow, so if there's 4 and it can, whenever you can... they do have the removal, damn. It's not ideal. Get this down, let's just exile. Play a card until our next turn. Opponent goes down to 4. Wow, why did they do that? Okay, they're getting to hit me for a lot here. Oh, they wanted to pump up the claw. Man, going down to 4 is risky on their behalf. Down to 8. Airbending student. Wow. I mean, I think the play is you get the lightning strike, right? Just hit them here, hope that they can't kill you next turn. Hope they can't deal 8 damage. It's quite a lot to deal. Pick up this. Got lethal next turn presented unless they can find 8 damage. They currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like they found it. Oh, this thing also has firebending, right? Firebending. Opponent gets mana. Do they have lethal here for us? Down to 1. Do they have lethal? It looks like they don't have lethal. Oh man. Okay, that was a ridiculous game. I am trying to play more aggressively. I went for the Slickshot plot though, despite the fact that it was 1 less point of damage. Because I was just worried that they would have removal and they had open mana. But otherwise, I did try to play more aggressively there. I'm going to keep trying. Okay, last game, my mentality was to be aggressive. And I'm going to try it again. See if it works out. Just keep reminding myself, be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive. And also read the cards. Reading the cards is also very important. Okay, Storm Chaser's talent. Next turn we Firebending Student or Drake Hatcher. Okay, I think we'll go, tricky one. Let's get this down on red. So what's better? This and this, or this and this? Because this would let us Wild Ride next turn. This would let us hit with the Drake Hatcher. I'm not sure what's more aggressive there, the Firebending Student or the Drake Hatcher. It really depends what we're up against. Opponent plays a tapped land. So, do this, this. Wild Ride the Firebending Student. All attack, generate 5. What's better, to exile top 2? Or to deal more damage? Ah, the exile top 2 is so tempting. I'm going to go for the damage play though. Just because, I mean, 3 prowess creatures and also the ability to create these flyers is really good. I mean, you exile top 2, you get nothing out of it. You know, this way we're so close to having them down on lethal. And it's got 3. What could they possibly have to deal with this situation? Removal won't be good enough. Can get the flyer in the air. This will come down tapped because we don't control a plane or island. Yeah. Okay, opponent scoops there. Again, I'm trying to be aggressive. Be aggressive. That's what I'm going to keep telling myself every game. Be aggressive. Okay, I'm starting out well here, but you know, it could also just be luck. I'm going to keep attempting to hit this philosophy. Don't have blue. Man, do you keep this? We got a couple of turns to find it. We got a turn 1 play. We got something to do. I'm going to keep it. Oh boy. Not having blue is rough when you have 2 blue spells. It's certainly a gamble. 3 red spells. Well, I don't know. Is it aggressive or just stupid now? I don't know. That's the fine line, isn't it? Between aggressive and stupidity. Running face first into that sweeper is just stupidity. That's not aggressive. Okay. Waiting for the opponent here. The Hide Claw. Give me that blue. Come on. Bushwhack. That's not the scariest start in the world. We hit blue. Oof, that's so good. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Drake Hatcher. Next turn we can Storm Chaser's talents and Wild Ride. Although the truth is I'd rather hit the Wild Ride on the Drake Hatcher now that I think about it. That gives me the most value, but then I don't get the attack with the Storm Chaser. Still hits the Prowess trigger. Yeah, okay, let's see what's up here. Oh, the opponent has green, so they don't have removal spells. What color do they play next? Opponent's thinking. So yeah, next turn my plan is Storm Chaser's talent, Wild Ride the Drake Hatcher, try to get in for as much damage as possible. Still have 2 mana to pump the... Oh no, we don't. We only have 1 mana open then. Okay, so you can't pump the Hide Claw. Opponent plays green. Plays a bird. 2/2 bird. Oh man, double Wild Ride is good. Do this. Wild Ride you. We don't use the other Wild Ride, right? So we could use the other Wild Ride on the Hide Claw. And then they really don't, because they want to block this, right? So if we use the Wild Ride on the Hide Claw, they're probably under so much pressure they have to block something. Okay, I'm going to do this. I mean, that's pretty aggressive, right? I think that's aggressive. Forces them to block. I mean, they have to block with a bird now. They just cannot take this much damage, surely. They're down to 7. We get our incubation counters. This thing had Death Touch. Was our thing only... Oh, what happened there? What? This thing had... What? Why did my thing die? Did the opponent have high power? I didn't even notice that. Okay. Mossborn Hydra. Dangerous. Very dangerous. But we have land. And we can Wild Ride the Flyer. Right? Is that the best thing? Wild Ride the Flyer. No, we want to have mana open. Wild Ride the Flyer, it's 5. No. We just attack with everything, we just win anyways. I think. Opponent could block, but it's 3 damage. And then... No, it's actually not lethal. Did I have Wild Rided the Flyer there? Oh, it is lethal because we have the prowess. Yes, it's lethal because we have the prowess. So whichever one they block, it's... Yeah, okay. Whichever one they block, we get the prowess trigger. So even had they blocked this thing, it would have still been lethal. Okay. I thought I maybe miscalculated there, but okay. I'm going to keep trying this aggressive playstyle, see how far it gets me today. Okay, opponent goes first. So this will be a true test with the aggressive playstyle. We have removal, which is good on the draw. We have removal, which is good on the draw, but we don't have 1 mana removal, so that's not the best. Okay, we can just get you down tapped on red. Okay. Opponent plays another land. Intimidation Tactics. They're going to take Airbending or Slickshot. I wonder what they'll go for. We go for the Slickshot play. We get another Slickshot. That's very lucky. I think we will... I mean, we can chip for 1 damage. I think you still plot the Slickshot. I know I'm trying to be aggressive, but the Slickshot plot is always a good play. It just gives you a little bit of breathing room, and it forces the opponent to play differently. Unholy Annex. Okay, that's really good for us. Get the Felonious Rage. It's very good also. So we go Slickshot. Airbending Student. Maximum... Well, this is sorcery, right? 5 here. Get 5 mana. Felonious Rage, the Slickshot. Oh, this is just insane damage now. Lightning Strike their face. Oh, man. Lightning Strike their face again. And it's a total of 20 extra damage. Oh, that was an insane turn. Okay, that was an insane turn. Wow. That was a crazy turn. Okay, currently this philosophy is working, but I also feel like I'm kind of getting lucky as well. But I think it might be the right way of thinking. I'm just going to keep trying it. Okay, this is a bit of a risky keep. I'm going to have 1 creature. I guess it's okay. If it's, you know, on the draw, we got some removal for the Badger Mole. Might be okay. Elves. So, do you go for the Hide Claw, or do you Burst Lightning the Elves? I think you Burst Lightning the Elves, just because we have 2 Burst Lightnings. So So otherwise, if they have the Badger Mole, then it's just such a good turn for them. They get to hit the elves, hit the mole, and then get 2 more mana from the elves and play another 2 creature spell. It's pretty rough. They play this Bramble Familiar. I think again, I'm going to just do this and play out the Claw. So obviously, now we need them not to have... If they've been holding up the cub the whole time sort of as a feint, then I think they pretty much tricked me there. But my hope was that they didn't have another creature to play. I think you just apply pressure with the Hide Claw rather than going for the Airbending student. We can play it after combat, right? Because we have nowhere to give it haste anyways. My question is, do you pump up the Claw here? No, we just go for max damage next turn, because next turn we can use the Opera to give +2/+2. Okay, opponent's got some interaction here, it seems, but we're just going for it. They have Angswift Sailor. Okay, our Airbending student has to go away for a while. Opponent attacks here. What have they got in store for us? They are clearly... okay. They're the Airbending student. Try to hit the Wild Ride. Again, I'm just trying to be as aggressive as possible here. Get the Wild Ride. Just assume they don't have it, right? That's kind of what I'm doing. Because I always assume they have it. And it doesn't work so well for me. Okay, I must remember that I got mana to pump up the Hide Claws. Okay. They airbend Ang. Okay, we move to block as we have 5 mana to play with. Interesting, they don't go for the student. I guess they know that we probably have prowess to pump it up. I think we do this to give it +2, and then we Opera Love Song. +2/+2 to you. And it doesn't really matter who else we put it on, to you. Oh, we can pump this up as well. Oof, that's a good turn. Down to 3. Opponent can Ang one of our things away. Quantum Riddler for 2 is fine. I can play this at flash speed. 1, 2, 3. If we draw a land, we can actually just hardcast this Wild Ride. Opponent plays a tapped land. Opponent has 2 mana open for Ang. Or some other trick. We draw land, which is actually good. Means we can Wild Ride the Airbending student. And then just attack with a Hide Claw, and either one is 3. Oh no, they can... oh, sorry, hold on. They can Ang. Ang is a 2/3. Oh, opponent scoops there. I thought I was trying to figure out the best thing, because my thinking was if they Ang, they can move away our, they can airbend away this and block this. So actually I was going to just attack with a hide claw on its own, and if they block with Ang, pump it up, rather than do the wild ride play, because that way they would have lost their Ang. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep doing this. My mindset is aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. I got to figure out if that's the right way. Is that the missing thing? Is that why I don't know how to play aggro? I swear, I'm struggling with aggro. Everyone says it's easy, but I don't find it easy. I find it really hard to play aggro because I'm like so cautious, and I'm just going to try this new approach, see how it works. This is the new me. The new me plays aggressive. I'm not interested in holding back because the opponent might have the turn 3 Star Cage. I fear it not. Okay, they could play Sheltered by Ghosts. Just ping them for 1 here. They might not block. Plot Show Off. We have almost a perfect curve with the Airbending Student Wild Ride. Okay, opponent taps out. That's very good for us. Oh man, the Opera Love Song is so good here. Oh man, I think this opponent's pretty cooked. Airbending Student, Wild Ride, the Firebending Student. Oh, this must be lethal, right? Get 5 mana. Okay, so let me just think. It's going to be 1. So if we do this, it's 3. It's going to be so much damage. If we don't win this turn, we'll just win next turn, right? Pump you up. So it's 15. Oh boy. Oh boy, okay. Man, it's just... I tell you what, I don't know if it's just luck or whatever, but since I've switched to this aggressive style, things are going a lot better for me. And maybe this is the secret that I've been missing. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, keep going. I keep going. This is working. I keep going. I keep going with this mindset. Okay, we got removal. Only 1 creature in Slickshot. But with our new mindset, we believe that everything will work out. Everything will work out. You just need 1 creature. Everything will work out. Pollinator. Again, I think 2 burn spells on the draw. You take out their mana dork. Because the cub comes down now and you're not happy. Droneth also, you know, we're not taking it out. Droneth would have been a huge problem for us. Okay, Storm Chasers, Talent. Goodbye, Droneth. I came prepared, Droneth. I know how evil you are. Gotta take out the first thing. And then Droneth is not that scary, is she? Another Droneth. Okay, let me just think here. So we could Lightning Strike the Droneth. Oh, is this ridiculous to... I feel like we're not going to win. I feel like we're not going to win if we use Lightning Strike on Droneth, because we need to pump damage next turn. Right now, we're kind of just using all our burn spells, and if we lose this burn spell, then the Slickshot will never get far enough. I feel like we need a big turn with Slickshot. Unfortunately, the opponent gets double Siren. Oh man, okay, maybe I made a mistake there. Man, this doesn't even only apply once a turn, it applies throughout all turns. Paw Patch. Opponent Vince Paw Patch. They don't think that's good enough? Interesting. Okay. We have to double attack here. I think they only block with one. They block with both. They don't block with both. Okay. I'm killing Dronith too. We have to kill this now. I know it means that we don't get damage with a Slickshot like I was hoping, but I think I've just realized this card is way too dangerous. Oh boy, if I slip back into my safe style of play, maybe. One has got 3 cards in hand. They have Paw Patch. Why didn't they play it for the full price? Interesting. Okay, land is good. And take the Burst Lightning. Okay. I think we'll double attack here. If they want to give up the Paw Patch, I'm pretty happy. They do. Do they have protection? Is that why they didn't? Why did they leave 3 mana open? What am I not seeing here? What? Why didn't they cast the Paw Patch for the Offspring cost? I don't get that. Or a Boroid, okay. I'm gonna have to kill this Ouroboros. One's got a 2/2 now. Drake Hatcher. This has to happen right now. We give up the Slickshot. I guess so. Okay. What does the opponent have in hand here? Tapped land. Double Drake Hatch is great. We could also... No, we can't level this up to 6. Opponent has Tidebinder. Oh. Why didn't I get a chance to put 1/1 counters on it? Because I dealt them damage. Badgermole, oh damn, has the opponent gotten too far ahead here? They're still in top deck mode, that's the one good thing we have going for us, but we only have 1/3s, then they can block it with a Tidebinder. Oh, I should have maybe seen this Tidebinder coming. We get the Felonious Rage, that's good. And blocks and double blocks. Oh, they might have done a huge mistake on their side, right? Put you on you, then you survive because it's only 3 damage. If we put it on you, you also survive. They both survive, right? Because it's 4 toughness. Oof, I think this is fine. Everything goes to 4 toughness, so everything survives. Oh, the Badgermole. Oh, I could have killed the Badgermole. Oh, no. Okay, that was a huge misplay on my side. I completely miscalculated there. Damn. Okay, we're still in a good position, even though I made that misplay. That is a huge misplay, though. Opponent takes the damage. We hit you. We take Burst Lightning. Opponent has to be a top deck master here. What are they going to find? What are they going to find? We just find land. We just keep applying pressure. They go for the Flood Pits Drowner. And tap it down. So, yeah, we're just gonna... Okay, I mean, they know about the Burst Lightning. See how they block here. Oh, wait, so they're not blocking. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 9 because this is 5. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? This is 5 and then 2 and 2. It's 9. Yeah. You just have to do maths. Oh, I got my maths wrong? Oh, Burst Lightning's 4 damage, not 5. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We have the fly here, everything's fine. Everything is just fine. But I actually, it wasn't miss maths, it was miss card reading. I forgot that Burst Lightning's only 4, it's not 5. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna play one more here. I mean, it feels a bit silly right now, but right now, you know, I always say I can only speak based on what's actually happening. And right now, this mindset of like take more risks, be more on the front foot, play aggressive like the aggro deck, feels like it's helping a lot. Feels like it is helping a lot. So, you know, I need to test it more, but right now it's feeling like something's clicked. I hope it remains. I hope it's not just luck. But man, I've seen good players play aggro decks really well, and I think they are more aggressive than the way I play. I'm sure that might be part of the reason. Might be. Well, let's find out. Last game here. Eric the Viking. Opponent plays whites. So it could be mono white tokens. Wild Ride. So, what's the most aggressive play? Because we could do this. And just start pinging them with the Hide Claw. But the Slickshot also. I mean, if we plot Slickshot, if we draw land next turn and have the Wild Ride, that's pretty good. I just worry that this opponent's a bit more... This looks like more control-y. I guess this is a good test for the aggressive playstyle, right? Okay, they go for this. You gain 3 life if you control a bat. Luckily, they don't control a bat. Okay, so this is where I'm thinking about what the best play is. I think I'm going to plot the show off. I just really like having it here. It really frustrates opponents, I feel. Just knowing that the show off is there and they're going to need to find lots of removal to deal with this and whatever next threat's coming down. Obviously, you tell them what's in your hand. But I'd like to try get in for one big turn with the show off. 2-4. We don't draw land, unfortunately. Other creatures you control get +1/+0, and whenever another permanent you control leaves the battlefield, it's allies. I don't think I've ever beaten allies, actually, now that I think about it. So... okay, I think we better start being aggressive here. I'm going to go for this play. It does start whittling down their life total. and gives us a bit of a wide board so that if we do draw land and we can hit the Firebending student, maybe we can just apply a lot of pressure next turn. You know, attacking with 4 creatures if we draw land is pretty good. Obviously, I'm hoping that the opponent does not have more removal. I don't get the feeling this is a removal heavy deck if it's allies. Whenever another opponent you control leaves the battlefield during your turn. Opponent is thinking here. Fortunately, we don't draw land. So I don't think we can afford to do anything really. I think we just try keeping our board state wider and wider. They play creatures, so I'm not expecting them to play a sweeper. Could attack with this, then if they block we have to invest the whole turn in pumping up the claw. I don't really want to do that. Again, my thinking is let's build a Prowess army and hope that our Prowess army can go wide, and then we'll try hit the Firebending student with the Wild Ride if and when we draw land. When and if. The Thrall is interesting. We're about to get swept up here. What's going on? Why does the opponent double attack here? Sweeper time? Split up. Oh my word. Okay, we finally draw land. So Firebending student Wild Ride. Obviously, if the opponent has removal, we just toast here. Okay, we can burst lightning for 5. Do we go for their face? Face would be... So we get to be 8 plus 4 would be 12. 13, 14, 15. I'm going to count that again. Face would be 4. And then 8 would be 12. And then 1 would be 13. And then this would be 15. I think I did it right there. I think my maths is getting better. I swear I'm getting better at maths through playing this game. It's making me better at doing things in my head. Okay, look, I want to always be straight with you guys. I was really struggling with this deck. I was taking a lot of losses and I was like, it can't be the deck. The deck I can tell is strong. It must be me. And I took a break from the game. I went out to hang with some friends and stuff like that. And then I came back and I said, I'm going to try be more aggressive. And this is just what happened. Obviously, I'm not saying that if you're aggressive, you'll win every game, but I think that mindset shift has really helped me. And it's something I want to test more with aggro decks because it's something I want to improve on as I try to become a better Magic player myself.
Welcome back. I put my nostalgia aside because I wanted to figure out what happened when I switched my mindset. The deck stayed the same. The only thing that changed was me. I said, I'm going to start playing more on the front foot, more gung-ho, more aggressively. I want to give you an example of what I mean by more conservative play styles, just so that you know how I was playing before making this change in mindset. So a good example of that would be, let's say on turn 2 I attack with the Hide Claw because I played it down on turn 1. I would oftentimes go for the Hide Claw pump, even if the opponent had no blockers or anything like that, just because I was scared of, playing the show off or playing the Firebending student or the Drake Catcher into removal. So I'd be like, well, let me just go for the pump, see if they've got removal, something like that. And with this new mindset, I'm like, well, if they have removal, they have removal, but I'm just going to go for my most impactful creature, try to build my prowess army so I can hopefully swing in for massive damage on turn 3 or 4. That's an example. Another good example would be, let's say I play Hide Claw on turn 1, and on turn 2 I've got the option between Storm Chaser's Talent and, for example, Drake Catcher or plotting the Slickshot or just playing the Slickshot. I'd often go for the Storm Chaser's Talent because I'd be thinking to myself, well, let me try put out my weakest stuff first So if the opponent has removal, then they'll use the removal on that, and then, you know, on turn 3 I can get out my very impactful creature that's I don't want my opponent to kill. So I kind of shifted away from that in this game plan. I said, no, it's fine. The Storm Chaser's talent will have its time to come down, maybe to pump up my Prowess army, but on turn 2 I am going to go for my Drake Hatcher. I'm going to go for the Slickshot. I'm going to go for something impactful and really try be on the front foot and apply pressure on the opponent. So that's the mindset shift that I'm talking about. Now, I ended up going 9-1 after coming back, which brings my total win rate to 55% based on 29 games. And compared to where I started, I'm really happy with that, to at least end, you know, with a positive win rate, because I already started with, you know, a very negative win rate before that session. So I started at a disadvantaged position. So to get 9-1 and therefore hit a positive win rate felt really good. Obviously, I don't believe that every time, you know, that you play aggressive, you're going to always win like 9-1 or anything like that. There's definitely going to be times where, you know, the opponent does have the Star Cage, does have the sweeper, does have the removal, and you might lose that game. But I still think, and this is just something I want to test, and please let me know in the comments what you think, overall, yeah, your opponent might have it sometimes, but overall, if you go for the more aggressive play style, I think, you know, yeah, sure, sometimes they'll have it, but sometimes they won't have it. And the times where they don't have it probably outnumber the times when they do have it, and then you will get the win. So anyways, I want to test this idea more when playing aggro decks. I need to improve. People say aggro is easy. I don't find it easy, and I need to figure out how to play aggro aggressively. So I'm really happy with what I've discovered today. If you have any ideas though, do let me know, but that will be the gameplay for today, and I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, stay tuned and consider subscribing, because there's going to be more nostalgic necro coming soon.